And welcome. Thanks for being here. This is In Other News. We are back. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Appreciate you hanging out with us on this hump day, and we got a lot to cover. I am back from the Grand Canyon, and we are off and running. So I just received a not a nasty gram, a heads up from our cable provider saying that I have used almost all of my data for the month. Thank God it's the last day of the month, but well, here we are. Maybe a little choppy, but they've slowed my internet down because of usage. Why do I pay for it then? I mean, seriously, why do I get like the upgraded premium package? I have this much data or this much whatever you're going to say in the internet service world. I paid for a certain amount. When I get to close to the limit, which I paid for, why are we slowing me down? Why are we hitting the brakes? This kind of so that's a curious thing for me, and I'm just trying to figure all of that out. Happy birthday, Rhonda! Everybody wish Rhonda a happy birthday, please. And we can do what we always do as a fam. I do not know why it's so. Maybe my internet speed is down, so I have like this darkness going on and on my camera feed here. But we're just gonna do what it is. It is a very curious case. This is not about sports. It's a sports story that I think is just getting a lot of weird coverage because it is Deion Sanders' kid. But I think it's a story that speaks to an entire generation. This is the case of Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' kid. Now, Shedeur Sanders won some awards at a small college. He went to Colorado with his dad and was okay. I think he won 9 games. Definitely not the caliber of athlete that he thinks he is. So before the combine, so what happens in the NFL is they go to something called the combine where everybody shows their skills off, right? Their 40-yard dash, their vertical leap, their strength training, all of this, their endurance, and there's a bunch of other things that Shedeur decided not to throw in some of those events. Okay, no, don't care. He came in there with the attitude, the cocky arrogance of his dad without any performance. You see, Deion Sanders could back that. Deion Sanders, his dad, Deion Sanders was a cocky, arrogant ass. Still is. He can back it up. He backed it up by playing 2 sports. He backed it up by playing at such a high level. Let's start with the child's name, Shedeur. Yes, I'm with you on that, Lynn. Actually, Deion has a daughter named Deandra. He's that arrogant. He made up a girl's name of his own name so he could. I mean, Dionne Warwick he could have named her Dion, but Deandra. Anyway, Shedeur Sanders was a first-round pick, was going to be a first-round pick until his arrogance, his entitlement, sunk him to the 5th round. Now he was drafted by the Browns, which makes sense because their current quarterback has 91 accusations, I believe 91 accusations of rape against him. He's a rapist, an idiot. He's an ass. He shouldn't even be in the league. He shouldn't be in polite society. So now the backup quarterback is the most arrogant, entitled, non-producing quarterback we've seen since Colin Kaepernick. Shedeur had a room built for himself for draft day. So you're going to have the cameras on him, the word legendary all around. Guy hasn't done anything. Legendary. His answer to why should teams draft you was, I don't have to answer that question. They know why. They'll have their entire culture change with me as the quarterback. Basically a diva and an ass that hasn't earned anything. So we went from the 1st round. Oh, by the way, during the draft, he was carrying around a briefcase full of cash. And he had so much, and I hope Brendan's here because I know Brendan's going to get this. Basically, he was Junebug from I'm Going to Get You, Sucker. He OG'd. He overgold. He had more bling and diamonds and gold all over him. He just looked like a complete ass that you would never hire or draft into your organization. Him slipping to the 5th round was being dubbed racist. It's because of racism. Although darn near all but probably 4 draftees prior to him were black, it was racist that he sunk to the 5th round. Here's the deal. Has someone cried racist? Yes, Derek. They have cried racism. This is not racism. This is arrogance. This is entitlement. This is trying to be someone you're not, by the way. And I think one of my reasons that I had success in the radio game was very early on, a guy by the name of Smokey Rivers, and I hate was by the name of, goes by the name of. His name's not Smokey Rivers, obviously, but that was his radio persona. This was his radio name. Smokey Rivers said, don't be Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh is Rush Limbaugh. You need to be Mike Russell. And that Shedeur trying to be his dad is a lot like me saying, hey, welcome on the Ditto Cam over here. Yeah, we got a stack of stuff over here. And I'm right behind the golden EIB microphone. That's faking the funk. I'm not Rush Limbaugh. I never will be Rush Limbaugh. I would even think to have the talent of Rush Limbaugh. BSJ thinks he is he's probably seriously the most arrogant person I've ever known. He thinks he's better than Rush Limbaugh. Chocolate milk is racist. Yes. If it's black, you can say racism all day long. Yes. There can be only one. That's right. With talent on loan from God. Yes. 1/2 of my brain tied behind my back. I would say stuff like that, and you would think that, oh, this guy's just a poser. Shedeur Sanders is a poser. It's not going to be a good NFL quarterback. He is just an arrogant, entitled little, you know what? And his dad should be embarrassed. His dad should be embarrassed. His dad could walk the walk. His dad could talk the talk. His dad, I got to meet. I don't know if you guys remember this. Back in the 90s, Foot Locker had a celebrity dunk contest. Do you remember this? And I went to Apollo High School. The celebrity dunk contest was here. And I believe it was the Madhouse on McDowell. That's where they were still playing. It's before the new arena. And Deion Sanders came and practiced at our gym. So I got to meet him. His ego, gigantic. Kind man, though. Really sweet. Just very personable. But he loved him some him. It was an ordeal when Deion walked in the gym, a high school gym in West Phoenix. You know what I mean? In the West Valley in Arizona. But it was a show, it was a production. Who was with him? It was Michael something. He was an Olympic long jumper. Anyway, so it was the two of them. So when you meet Deion Sanders, you know there's no other Deion Sanders. No, I don't care if he has the DNA of Deion Sanders. I don't care if he's the offspring of Deion Sanders. I don't care if he's the identical twin of Deion Sanders. There's just one. His arrogance failed his son. Stay humble. Earn your arrogance. Deion earned his arrogance. Deion earned his talk. Shedeur has not. And to cry racism when this was a made for Instagram draft party that he threw for himself, and not realizing that there's no organization in this world. I don't care if you're trying to be a cashier at QT or you're trying to be an NFL quarterback. No one wants your arrogant attitude. No one does. You're entitled nonsense. The number 1 draft pick, Ward, was it right? The number 1 draft pick was humble, had a nice suit on. That was it. The little thin chain, no bling. He was there with his mom and dad. And he was humble, and he's probably going to play, God willing, I hope that people like this get rewarded in life. God willing, he'll play 20 years in the league. I think it's and then here's Shedeur. He didn't go first round because he's an arrogant ass. Crying foul, crying racism. The minute you make your own set for draft day, you are not on my team. You're sorry. You could be the second coming of Joe Montana. I don't care. You could be the next Peyton Manning. Don't care. Tom Brady. Don't care. Tom Brady showed up with all the bling and acting like a complete ass. Not on my team. By the way, Tom Brady was in the 6th round. Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. Yeah. Yeah. He needed to be like Cam. Well, yeah, okay. And people called Cam Scam Newton. Just arrogance. And Cam Newton, that dude went off the rails. I don't know what happened to Cam. Right? And hell of a quarterback, but damn. I mean, dude. Seriously. Cam Newton looks like, he basically looks like that ant, the cool ant that slips you some wine at the barbecues. Yeah. Guy that's been drafted at the shelter he grew up in. That's right. See, look at that. Chris is right. Right. Cashiers are rock stars. Dude, seriously. Daniel, by the way, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to do I'll do a review for the webs and whatnot. Let's see. Can you imagine pass rush coming after Shedeur? Oh, dude, he's not ready for the NFL. Greg, he's no way he's ready for the NFL. He's going to get his ass kicked. He'll get humbled, and I hope he does. And I hope it's not a painful humbling. I'm not wishing that on anyone. But he is he's in for a humbling, and I think it's going to do him good. And if he gets humbled and he stays humble, he might be a damn good quarterback. You never know. You just never know. Daniel said cashiers at QT are rock stars. They are, and that's why I think the average income. Average income of a QT employee is over $40,000 a year. That's why it's so clean. That's why they're so damn happy. They're doing good. They're making good money. They're making a living, and they are just they're Jedis of the cash register for sure. I got you over here. Got 2 more over here. Just keep going. In stride. I love it. Their cold brew though, don't get me started, guys. They started a cold brew bar at QT. No, it's brewed coffee that's cold. Like you can go get a cup of coffee somewhere and just leave it on the counter and let it be cold. And that's their version of cold brew. They drop the ball. Their food is good. Their prices are good. Their service is excellent. Everything at QT rocks. The one thing I needed them to hit a home run on was save daddy some money on his cold brew addiction. Was the cold brew. And they flopped. Like they went Shedeur Sanders on it. Is what they did. Only stupid people make everything about race. Amen. I'd say weak-minded more than stupid. I think stupid people wouldn't even think to do it. I think weak-minded is more accurate. Let's get into weak-mindedness, shall we? But I think a good thing to do is to pay attention to the Shedeur Sanders saga, to let that be a lesson to next year's draft class. Dude, stay cool. Show up with mom and dad. Show up with grandma. Show up with humility, and you are going to fare better than Shedeur Sanders, who was the perfect example of a Nepo baby. Probably the same as Bronny James. Look at Bronny James. Bronny James, arrogant little whatever. His dad is more. Bronny's not really an arrogant kid. Got a $10 million contract. Couldn't even play in college. Okay, yes, good question. Yeah, that's a good point. In his defense, he was there with his parents. Yes, yeah. I believe his dad. I think Deion was representing him too. Deion let his kid down. Deion needed to be a dad. You can be proud of your kid, say your kid's great, hype your kid up a little bit, but be a dad. Son, you stay here. Take them damn chains off. You don't need your own set. You're not legendary. You haven't done anything yet. Stay humble. Be a superstar. Become a superstar. Let's get into one of my favorite topics of late, and that is the downfall of the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party will ensure that without cheating, and by the way, the scam that was the election in Canada, Greg, come on with me in this one. How in the hell? Like, how in the hell did that happen? I mean, this bozo, just in case you guys weren't paying attention. This guy won.
Relationship with the United States, a relationship based on steadily increasing integration, is over. We are over the shock of the American betrayal. But we should never forget the lessons. When I sit down with President Trump,
go for it.
It will be to discuss the future economic and security relationship between two sovereign nations.
I'm listening. Okay. 51st state.
And it will be with our full knowledge that we have many, many other options than the United States to build prosperity for all Canadians.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think all Canadian people have a frozen brain. I think the elect that had to have been. There's some shenanigans in that election. There's no way that guy would have won. No way. After what Trudeau did to that country, and he's basically his hand-picked replacement. No way. No way in hell. And go ahead, dude. I love it. Show up. Show up to the White House. I can't wait. You're going to get kicked out like Zelensky. You know why? Because over 30% of your GDP is imported to the United States of America. 2.5% of ours is exported to Canada. We don't need you. Bye. Whatever option you have for 1/3 of your entire economy to take the place of the United States, go find it, dude. We don't need you. Don't care. As a matter of fact, protect yourself. Build up your military. We're done protecting you. You want to play ball? Let's play ball. I can't wait. I can't wait for Marco Rubio and Donald Trump to sit across the table from this guy and just hand his tuchus to him. What an arrogant piece of garbage. Instead of here, man, I'm extending the olive branch. I think we can work together. I think we can mend all of this, not calling the great American betrayal because of a tariff, you big pansy. Because of a tariff. Lord of mercy. Extend the olive branch. Say, dude, we can work this out, Trump. We can do this. Let's do this. I'm the new guy. I'm the new guy in charge up here. We're not going to be the 51st state, so come on, let's chat. Cool. Yeah, it's a good first step. But other than that, dude, go with your other friends that are better options. So excited for you. So excited. But yeah, the Democrat, the left can't get out of their own way. And it's funny to me. How about this? Here's a Democrat who voted down a bill to make it a felony to traffic children. Keep voting this way, Dems. Keep it up.
You just got to the legislature, but this has been debated, and Assemblymember Krell is an expert on this issue and prosecuted folks. I mean, do you guys not trust her?
I fully trust Assemblymember Krell, but I also trust my experience as well. I, too, as you know, am a former prosecutor. I was part of the La Luz del Mundo prosecution in Los Angeles. So when it comes to protecting children and going after sex offenders and people that are exploiting children, I, too, have that experience. And as much as I do trust my colleague, Assemblymember Krell, I also trust my personal experience and my own subject matter expertise, if you will, on the subject, as well as that of the committee.
Sure. So right now in Sacramento, there is a well-known blade. KCRA did a documentary on it. It's just a few miles away from here. Sheriff Jim Cooper has said that right now, if a John were to go and try to purchase a 16 or 17-year-old on that blade.
Y'all, she just said if a John, which sucks because that's my kid's name, poor bastard. God, dog. Anyway, if a John goes to purchase a 16-year-old, that's normal. We're saying that in polite society. We're saying that. We're not even painting over that. We completely just painting over that. Well, yeah. When a guy goes and purchases a 16-year-old for sex, all right. We'll get back to it. Yeah.
And law enforcement were to intervene because of a judge's order right now in Sacramento, law enforcement would not be able to put that person in jail because it's not the solid felony that law enforcement has been asking it to be. So I just want to make sure, like, you're okay with 16 and 17-year-olds continuing to be purchased on this blade for the next year or until you have to dissect this issue in the fall, and these Johns getting let go and just issued with citations.
Well, I don't agree with the premise of the question, but what I would say is I'm not okay with any child anywhere being exploited. But the solution that we craft, the solution that we pass needs to make sense. It needs to be equitable. It needs to be comprehensive. And while I appreciate Assemblymember Krell for bringing the proposal forward, and I know that her heart is on this issue, it's connected in a way that few other legislators can really be equal to or understand. It's also my job to make sure that we're not just passing knee-jerk policy, but we're having good, substantive conversation and landing on a good spot. So to the sheriff, the district attorney.
Yeah, okay, so shut up. So you want equitable, understanding, good footing. How about this? Life in prison for someone purchasing a child for sex. Done. That's solid footing, I think. I would say that is. Or you're just protecting all of your pedo buddies in the Democrat Party. And trust me, there's some in the Republican Party as well. But you just protect that. This is great. This is it's terrible for humanity what this idiot's doing. Terrible. But it's good for the future of our country because no one's voting for these people. No one will vote for these people. Unreal. No, the legislation can't be knee-jerk. No, my piece of legislation can fit on the back of this business card. Life imprisonment or death for anyone that purchases a child for sex. Here you are. We'll go up or down vote, please. Up or down? Yeah, it must be a member of the Super Adventure Club or NAMBLA. Yes, the North American Man Boy Love Association. Yes, he's definitely a charter member. If you see that clown. How about the mayor of I think it's Minneapolis? This guy, same. This is the same. Here we go.
Federal administration going in to arrest someone from the judicial branch.
Yes.
We've got a separation of powers.
No, we don't.
That separation is there for a very important reason.
Okay, what this asshat is talking about, this mayor, who is basically he was basically Trudeau's either love child or boyfriend, one of the two. He said he's upset that the Trump administration, the DOJ, is arresting judges for committing crimes. That is not a separation of power. Isn't it the Democrat cry that no one is above the law? He's talking about arrests being made of judges that were quite literally harboring illegal criminals in their homes or instructing them and aiding them in evading ICE. That's a crime. That's not a separation of power. And again, this is what I love. Celebrate this. Let these people be the forefront. Let these people be the face of the Democrat Party, and they will never hold power again.
You know, legislatures pass laws. The executive branch carries those laws out. The judicial branch interprets those laws. And when someone who is in charge of interpreting law is arrested by a federal administration, this is no small deal. We need to be very keenly aware of what's happening around us right now, because this is not a partisan issue. This kind of thing can be a threat to the whole republic. And so, yeah, of course, it's very...
Is that a race jersey behind him? Jeez, this guy. He loves him some him. Look, I participated in a marathon. I took my jersey and framed it. Lord.
Concern. And in Minneapolis, again, we care about our neighbors. These are people that have lived here in many cases for decades. These are residents. These
illegal.
They work here. They got kids here.
Illegal.
And here they're not illegal aliens. They are our neighbors that we care about. Love them.
Yeah, do it. I love it. Keep it up. I love this. This is fantastic. Keep this up. Democrats, keep it up. You're going to squash in the midterms. Holy hell, the size of majority we will have in the House and Senate if you guys keep this crap up. I'm not done. I've got 3 more examples of the Democrats doing everything they can to win Republican votes. I'm sorry, votes for the Republicans. Remember Tampon Timmy? Tampon Timmy Walz, he actually said the quiet part out loud. And the Democrat Party, I swear this to you, the DNC brought him on the ticket so he could talk to the beer drinking, hunting white males of the country and win that vote. I swear to you, he's claiming that that was the Democrats' intention, is because he can code talk to me when he doesn't even know how to load the damn shotgun I hunt with. Look at this.
Folks that I recognize are smarter than me. They analyze this. You put your input in. Running a campaign that had never been run before, 100 days, in the situation we were at, running against a very unusual opponent on the other side. Mm-hmm. And look, my job was to do it. Look, I knew I was on the ticket. I would argue because we did a lot of amazing progressive things in Minnesota that improved people's lives.
Tampons,
but I also was on the ticket, quite honestly, because I could code talk to white guys watching football, fixing their truck, doing that I could put them at ease. I was the permission structure to say, what? Look, you can do this and vote for this. And
this is hilarious.
You look across those swing states, with the exception of Minnesota, we didn't get enough of those votes.
But you could be giving them permission
I wonder
on
why.
TV every day. You could have been messaging that way, and that isn't necessarily how it shook out.
Well, yes, but I also said I understand myself. I said I think I'll give you pretty good stuff, but I'll also give you 10% problematic. And so somebody's got to make the decision here to handle some of this stuff and to make it in. Those are just decisions that were made. And I think after the fact, it is not second guessing or anything. I think it's fair to go back on and look at this. Look, we had the most qualified person who'd run for president in this country's history at the top of the ticket. That in itself should have got this thing won. We had, in my opinion, and you can disagree with me, I think history will prove me right, a very unqualified person on the other side.
Unbelievable.
And you have to determine, how do you get those hits? What was the best way? Did it make sense to continue to, call him weird or call that out?
That's what you did.
Make this.
Literally, that was your entire campaign. The Democrat Party took one of the biggest beta males in history and crowned him VP candidate so he could talk to alpha males and bring them over to vote for Kamala damn Harris. Woo-hoo! Again, we literally will not lose power for another decade or two with these idiots running the show. Oh, was his tie hanging low? What was going on here? I didn't see it. Let me see if I can get back up here. Yeah, tie's supposed to go to your belt buckle. Holy hell, you're right. Oh my gosh, Timmy. Yeah, Timmy. Well, have you seen his wife? A lunatic. Yes, but we're going to keep doing this. Articles of impeachment for Donald Trump have been filed by this guy.
This is Congressman Shri Thanedar.
Please, again, put all of these people as the face of your party, please.
Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy, but defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, that has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process.
Again, had due process, was ordered for deportation, not once, twice.
Trump ignored it. He ignored the Constitution. He ignored the very checks and balances that keep
these
our
guys up front.
intact.
I love it.
This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a dangerous, deliberate pattern.
Okay, you get my point. I don't need to keep that guy on the show. You get my point. Even the ones, I just pluralized one. I hate it when I do that. Even the politicians that know how to play the game. Chuck Schumer has been in politics for over half a century, for close to half a century, sorry. When he's done, he'll be I think he'll hit the 50-year mark. He's a career politician. He's a grifter. He's an ass. But at least the guy knows how to play the game. He's retired.
That, Senator, as the party contemplates its future, you yourself has faced recent calls to retire or at least step down as Senate Democrats leader. You said you're staying put. Tell our audience why. Would you explain that, please?
I'm staying put because I have been able to unite my caucus in a very strong fight against Trump. And that's what we have to do. And I'm doing it every day in every way.
So I'm actually getting. I love to see who's calling me right now. It's Bud. It's my intern Nooch. Hold on, sir. Hello, son. I'm on air. Okay, he hung up because I think he remembered what time it was. I was gonna get him. I've united my caucus. Look, he's reading. He can't even answer questions without reading. This guy is a bozo, but he is going to be retiring. He is going to retire, and he'll be replaced by AOC. AOC will be a senator. AOC will be she'll be handed a prominent position in the Democrat Party, and she will run as the vice presidential candidate in 28. Mark my words. Well, you can't recognize Sharpton because he lost all the LBs. He lost all the LBs, apparently running from the IRS. I get because it's true. This is the face. These are the people that are out front and getting all of the attention by the media for the Democrat Party, and then showing themselves as the true, what would we say, pallbearers of the party. Yes. Tawana Brawley. Oh, yeah, what? Totally. Oh, remember that? Oh, yeah. He is a creep. I mean, him, Jesse Jackson and all that, they're absolute creeps. Jesse Jackson, actually, though, I will give you this. His spot on Saturday Night Live, reading Green Eggs and Ham, one of the funniest damn things I've seen in a minute. And then him at Johnny Cochran's funeral, playing the role of Johnny Cochran, trying to rhyme his way into the past St. Peter at the pearly gates. God, it's hilarious. I give him credit, but they're race baiting idiots. All of them are. And who's that new attorney that's here in Phoenix? Oh God, that guy Crump. Yep, just the most disgusting human beings there is. I swear, if Martin Luther King were to be resurrected, he'd walk up to each of them to smack them straight in the face. I mean, I'm talking backhand too. I mean, Ike Turner kind of style. Oh, all right, Colin. Thanks for hanging, buddy. Let's get to something positive, shall we? It was the first 100 days in office for one Donald John Trump. He rallied his cabinet to come to the cabinet meeting room, whatever the hell that is, that big old table, so everybody can to congratulate him. And this to me, it's just a bad look. If you look at optics, I don't like this look. I don't like that everybody under your leadership, Mr. President. I don't like it. I don't like it. Call him Don then. Hey, Don, since you were here, man, things have been run right. Appreciate it. Under your fearless leadership, dear president. Like, shut up. It's a bad look. I don't like it. But Don loves it. I will bring the two of the three most important people in the room. Elon's not represented here, but Elon did a stupid dad joke thing, and it was terrible. It was awful. He said, "Wear so many hats, his hats have a hat," because he had a MAGA hat on above a MAGA hat. It was, I love Elon, but dear God, enjoy your place on the spectrum. Here's RFK Jr.
Leadership over the past 100 days, we are already making America healthy again.
Damn right you are.
We announced
sexy man.
The ban on the 9 petroleum-based synthetic dyes, food dyes. Within 2 years, within 2 months, we're going to ban the worst 2 of them. I am working with Secretary Rollins on dietary guidelines. The dietary guidelines that the President Biden's administration gave us, 453 pages. They're basically unreadable.
Yeah.
And they are the product of the same kind of politicized science that drove Fruit Loops to the top of the food pyramid. And we are going to do real science, gold standard science. We're going to develop we have till December to do it, but we are working very, very fast together. We're going to get it done by the end of the summer in time to drive change, major dramatic changes in the school food, school lunch programs over the next school year. I'm working also with Secretary Rollins on.
Keep in mind that the Michelle Obama school nutrition guidelines included strawberry Pop-Tarts because they're fruit. I swear to you, it's true. Because they're fruit. Back to the real guy.
On the SNAP program and the to get sodas and candy off of the food stamp program. 10% of food stamps go to the SNAP. And I want to thank you for your courage. You are a business-friendly president, probably the most business-friendly in our history, but you're also willing to stand up to very, very powerful businesses, and you've shown that again and again. Secretary Rollins had the soda industry come and knock on her door very much, very loudly, and they said to her, well, the SNAP program is not supposed to be about nutrition. She pointed out to them that there is no nutrition in a soda. And they said, well, it's not supposed to be about nutrition. And she said, that's the end of the program is supplemental nutrition.
Thank you.
It is about nutrition. And we shouldn't, we have.
How can you not love this guy? I'm sorry. I'm just going to break in here. How can you not love that dude? How can you not love that guy? Holy mackerel. That guy's literally trying to do something. He's not there for the parking space. He's there to do something. Remember Secretary of Mayor Pete? Secretary of Mayor Pete was there for the Instagram. I don't know if you remember this. Secretary of Mayor Pete wanted people to think that he rode his bike to the White House when he had come to the White House. So his motorcade had a bike on the back of it, and 2 blocks away they parked, and then he got on his bike and he rode in for the photo op. You can look that up. It's well documented. Video too. Well documented him doing that. Yeah. Woman sued the makers of Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries because she was deceived and thought the Crunch Berry was a real fruit. I hope she won. That's a great case. Fantastic. Yeah, claim stupidity, be a millionaire. Who's stupid now? And there's a lot of examples, obviously, of frivolous lawsuits. And one of the examples of frivolous lawsuits is the McDonald's case. Remember this? The coffee spilling in the lap of the woman. That woman was permanently injured. That woman was a valid. You ask any attorney, that was a valid lawsuit. Valid lawsuit. She had to have her naughty bits completely reconstructed. Not playing. Oh, Judge tossed the case. Dang it. All right, let's go back to RFK Jr.
And during the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex. And
go get them.
For slavery. And we have ended that, and we're very aggressively going out and trying to find these children, the 300,000 children that were lost by the Biden administration. And we are...
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear from this guy. I'm getting rid of poison in our food, and the 350,000 kids that the Biden administration allowed to be sold into slavery, essentially, just like he said. We're going to go find them. We're finding these kids. We're getting these kids because under Health and Human Services, that's their purview. Where the hell are these kids? We got to go get them. They were sold into slavery and sex trafficking by the Biden administration. No one can dispute that. No one. Oh, she previously sued the makers of Fruity Pebbles in Fruit Loops. That's right. There's no fruit. Sans fruit. They aren't Fruit Loops. They aren't even fruit adjacent. For my camping trip this past weekend, I actually made fruit roll-ups, adult fruit roll-ups. Fantastic, called Fruit Leather. Oh, my gosh. Oh, they were so good. So good. I just took a bag of fruit, put it in a blender, and just poured it on the trays and just dehydrated it. Oh, my God. So good. Oh, man, I hadn't had fruit roll-ups in a minute. One more note from the 100-day cabinet meeting.
Got out of the business of what wasn't widely reported, or maybe it was. We had an office in the Department of State whose job it was to censor Americans.
Yep.
And by the way, I'm not going to say who it is. I'll leave it up to them. There's at least one person at this table today who had a dossier in that building of social media posts to identify them as purveyors of disinformation. We have these dossiers. We are going to be turning those over to these individuals.
Me or Elon? We can follow up with the media story.
Well, we are going to turn over these dossiers to the individuals, and they'll decide whether they want to disclose it or not. But just think about it. The Department of State of the United States had set up an office to monitor the social media posts and commentary of American citizens to identify them as vectors of disinformation. When we know that the best way to combat disinformation is freedom of speech and transparency. And so that's what we're going to be in the business of doing. We're not going to have an office that does that.
God love these people. God love these people. Donald Trump has surrounded himself with greatness like a hole surrounds itself with a donut. Unbelievable. Go ahead. Tear Don down. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go after him. Try to sue his ass. Try to get him knocked out of there, impeach him. Do everything you can. The soldiers are surrounding him, not to protect him, to do his bidding. And holy crap, this is what we voted for. This is what we begged for years. We begged for this. Punish people for posting political memes without a disclaimer that it's a joke. Yeah, Texas has gone off the damn rails. Texas has gone off the rails. They like it was now Muslim Appreciation Day or something, or month or something like that, Muslim History Month or so. I mean, Texas is just losing itself, completely losing itself. Punish people for political memes without a disclaimer that's a joke. Oh. I've had to do that on here. Where it says Mike Russell right there. Yeah. I had to put this is satire. Chill out. Satire. Don't shut me down. Speaking of the social medias getting shut down, here's one of the creepiest humans alive.
Hey, everyone. We built a new thing for you. There's almost 1 billion.
We built this city.
People who are using Meta AI across our apps now. So we made a new standalone Meta AI app for you to check out.
Great.
Meta AI is designed to be your personal AI.
No.
That means, first, it's designed around voice conversations. You open up the app and you can talk to it about whatever you want, from the news to an issue you're dealing with to just anything that you want to learn about.
By the way, he's doing this with his glasses. As much as I hate it, damn, those things are cool. I mean, that it's impressive. You say what you will about it, it's impressive.
It's also designed to be personalized. We're starting that off really basic with just a little bit of context about your interests, but over time, you're going to be able to let Meta AI know a whole lot about you and the people you care about from across our apps if you want. We also designed this social feed, so you can discover all kinds of different ways that people are creating stuff with Meta AI. It's really quite fun to check out. And also, you're going to be able to use the app to manage your Meta glasses and other kinds of AI devices that we're going to be building in the future. So anyway, this is the beginning of what is going to be a long journey to build this out. But, go check it out. Let us know what you think.
No, I won't. And y'all know me. I don't scroll. Y'all know me. I go to Meta Business Suite and I post my stuff and I'm gone. Queen Bee's always asking, did you see what I sent you on Facebook? Did you see the thing on Facebook? No. The glasses are next level. I'm not kidding. So my friend Dan, who is blind, and I mean blind. It's kind of funny he wears glasses. He was at a restaurant and he said, read the menu to me. His glasses read the menu to him. Those things are cool. They really are. They're not cool looking. His whole rebrand when he went from the Dumb and Dumber haircut to this little perm that he's got happening here. It's been a solid rebrand for the dude, but he's so creepy. That's creepy. And you're right, Ron. There's literally movies about the dangers of this crap. Yeah, just look up the HAL. Was it HAL 2000? Yeah. If you ask it to shut itself off, it's like no. You can ask it AI some creepy things. I actually need to get on the ball, like with Chat GPT and all that. I need to get on the ball with that. Queen Bee uses it on the regular, and for grant writing and things like that. It just saves a bunch of time. But I'm where are we going to throw our hands in the air? When are we just going to say, okay, I'm just done? You got me. Because my phone's listening to me right now. Literally listening to me right now. I said that I'm going to be selling my Hobie kayaks because I want to do a cool stand-up paddle version of a fishing kayak. All I'm getting now, and I just said that, I just brought that up in discussion. All I'm getting now is ads for really cool stand-up paddleboards. and people fishing on their stand-up paddleboards. So this new Meta AI thing is just another step along we're just going to have to take our hands and just let go of the ropes. So you got us. You have everything. You have everything at your fingertips. You probably have my fingertips, my fingerprints. You have it all. Tell me you don't know who my mom is. You know who my mom is. You know who my family members are. You know who my kids are. You know everything about them. It was funny. I was asked over our camping trip about why do we need to waste so much water and resources for data lakes, for all these data centers that store every ounce of information that you give to your internet service provider. And I said, because knowledge is power. And they have everything they can have against you. Everything you've searched, everything you've looked at, everything you've talked about has been recorded. All the things that you've deleted. Not deleted at all. The follow-up question was, well, why can't we be able to just go in and delete the stuff that we just don't, just erroneous, and we won't need these data lakes? Because that doesn't give them power. They give you the power to delete the stuff that they want to use in the future. Yeah. Because believe it or not, we're the ones that are going to be, we are the people that, or the next generation coming up, the people that are going to run for office. They don't know who that's going to be, but they know everything about that person. They know how to move that person. They know how to maneuver that person. But at least I will give AI and the power, the tech powers that be, I will give them one thing. It is only reacting to things that I verbalize and not things that I think. If it starts sending me things that I'm thinking about, that's when Daddy goes to guns. 100%. That's when I go to guns. Oh, Lynn, we all are, pal. We all are. And that's when I got the Amazon devices for the house. I'm like, well, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. They have everything. They know everything. I remember a story. A guy reached out to me that was listening to one of my shows. And I was talking about the decked system, the drawer system for my truck, for the truck bed. And he said, and I was also talking about my phone's always listening to me because I shared something similar. Like I said, I wanted a drawer system, and then boom, all of a sudden, those ads for decked came up. He said he was listening to the show on his way home. Obviously, his phone was listening to me talk about that. He said when he opened up Google when he got home, the first ad was for decked. And he doesn't even own a truck. That's when I said, fine. I don't care. Whatever. You guys got it on me. Yep. The free beer and pizza. What? Free beer and pizza? Who said that? Yeah. Yeah. Just keep saying that, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Free beer and pizza. Free beer and pizza. That's all I want to hear. Let's see here. All right, let's see what we got here. It's key people that they don't desire to have power to come in power. 100%. Yeah, that is 1 bazillion percent. That's why no one primaries these people. Oh, we primaries. We just bought all of this information from Meta on your search habits. You sure you want a primary? Sure you want to go the rounds with our guy? Yeah, it's all a scam, guys. They got the power. They really truly do. Hey y'all, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving me a couple days off, and we're gonna do this again mañana. Get y'all caught up right here on In Other News. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for playing.